What's up? This Chug. What I want to talk about in this message right now is a topic about how y'all people out there, y'all shouldn't steal. You know, stealing is wrong because, for one thing, you don't know what kind of person the next person is. You might think you crazy by trying to get away with your bullshit, but it's a person out there with the even more bullshit than you have, even more crazier. They'll stomp your head into a mud hole, You know, you think you the asshole, but it's some assholes worse than you know. So why take a chance with your life, playing with your life, playing with people out here with their shit. Quit fucking with people's shit. So uh and that's what's retarded out here. Dumbass motherfuckers want to play with people's shit. You know, it ain't cool with that. Playing with folks stuff. Why would you want to rob somebody? Why would you want to steal with somebody? Why would you want to do that? That's crazy. That is so stupid. Why y'all want to do that? It's silly. It ain't. I don't even want to call it funny. It's so stupid. It ain't even funny. You know. Why would y'all why would y'all do that? Why would you risk your life fucking with other people's life? You know, that person probably going through some shit, and then you fucking with that person and taking that person's stuff and doing something to that person. Now you done fucked up and cost you your life. You done cost your life being a dummy. You know, being stupid out here. So um, that's why it's dangerous. You think you dangerous pulling a gun on somebody, and you might get away with it, but you don't know if that person is psycho and shoot your ass, and delete you. So why take a chance being stupid out here, being doing stupid stuff, you know, you know, stealing from people is not called for. It's not called for at all. You know, I wouldn't dare steal from people because I know that's stupid, and I want to do it to nobody else. Crazy, you know. People crazy out here. They ain't got no conscience. For the ones that's doing it, y'all don't got no conscience of what y'all doing. Y'all just straight up retarded out here. You know, something is wrong with y'all. Y'all need a brain. Y'all need a clean brain. Y'all just as silly as y'all want to be. Use y'all brain, man. Y'all don't be thinking. Taking stuff from people, robbing people, at gunpoint, doing dumbass shit. That'll get you locked up. You know, why y'all doing all this foolishness out here, being stupid? You know, stop being stupid. Be smart. The main people that be doing this retarded shit is my race of people. That's the fucked up thing about it, and I don't like it. My race of people doing that stupid shit that they doing. You know, doing crazy stuff that they doing, man. It needs to stop. It just playing out crazy. You know, playing out lunatic. So it is what it is, man. And I don't want to ramble too long, but I just had to lay it down. Lay it down with truth. Because these people are crazy. They do stupid stuff out here, man. They is retarded out here. They losing their mind. They going crazy, bro. Robbing, stealing. Stop stealing, bro. You stealing for work for your shit. What you doing that for? That's crazy. That's stupid. You know. So before y'all do some stupid, think Think before you act. Is this person just as crazy as I am, or I just need to stop being dumb out here? It's really both. You're playing with your life, and you're making yourself look stupid. You're not making yourself look. And if you got children, that's even more worse. How would your children, you getting charged with this, and your children seeing you with that, being stupid out here? Just being crazy. Y'all retarded, bro. Something's wrong with y'all, bro. For the ones that be stealing from people, taking from people when they don't even know it, and all this crazy stuff. So yeah, man, y'all throw it off. Y'all need some help, bro. Yeah, yeah. I can't see myself doing that. Yeah, nah, that ain't me. I ain't been taught that. I wasn't raised like that. I don't know where y'all getting this from, bro. That it's okay to fuck with people's shit and take, you know. Cause I had an idiot that did that to me, you know what I'm saying? Um uh Saturday, you know, you know, yesterday. And it went cool, you know. I called the police on him, got him arrested. And I pressed charge on I want to press charge on him, you know, for him being an idiot, you know. Telling me like that he want to put me on his sister, use my phone to get in contact with her, put Wi-Fi on there, go tell me to get somebody ain't gonna run out with my stuff, doing some stupid silliness, work for your stuff, stop stealing, stealing is wrong, because you won't want nobody to steal from you. Work hard for your stuff. That's more respectable. That make more sense than being a thief. You ain't gonna get nowhere being a thief. The only thing you gonna get by being a thief is having a bad reputation, making people dislike you, make people not trust you around them. You're gonna end up going to jail. You're gonna end up dead. So that's the only thing gonna happen to you. Ain't when you doing evil out here, when you doing wickedness, you liable to get incarcerated or death. Either one of them. So ain't no better way I can put it. There's no better way I can put this. It just don't be dumb out here. That's it. Don't be silly out here. Do not be silly. Being crazy out here. You know what I'm saying? Don't be silly. So it is what it is. And y'all should be doing nothing crazy at all. Being bad is not normal. No. If being bad is something you're not supposed to be, how can that be normal? You can't normalize something that's not meant to be normal. Y'all acting like being bad is normal and everybody's seeing it. Nah, that's not normal. No matter how you put it. If bad is something negative, it's the opposite of normal. Ain't nothing bad normal. A person stealing from a person, that's not normal. That's not normal behavior. So, if bad is negative, inferior, and if good is superior, better, then that means that everybody's supposed to be righteous, unto themselves and unto others. They're supposed to have a righteous demeanor about them. They're supposed to have a righteous character about them. Ain't supposed to be assholes. Ain't supposed to be no assholes. Period. People supposed to be anti-bad. If good is what you're supposed to be, and that's normal, then what are y'all talking about? We all sinners. See, y'all love to throw that around. We all sinners. I don't want to get too much off topic, but y'all love making excuses. Everybody said no. So it is what it is. Y'all be cool.